sitting down with Randy Caballero. Um, and I want to know a little bit about his career and how he's on the rise and he's the pride of the Coachella Valley. Um, can you introduce yourself a little bit to us, Randy?
My name's Randy Caballero. 21 and 0, 13 by knockouts here in the Coachella Valley. Um, Getting ready for that world title shot. It's, that dream I've always wished for is about to come true, and I'm not gonna let no one stop me.
Perfect. How did you get into boxing, Randy?
Boxing to me, I think it just ran in my family. My dad being a boxer, when he came from Nicaragua, he came to the Coachella Valley and started training out here with Lee Espinoza. And then I had my older brother, Robert, and then from there, my dad had another one. There's four of us, there's four boys. So you can imagine how that household was. It was just all fighting, all of us just fighting. And growing up, me and my older brother would just run into my dad's room, grab his shoes, grab his gloves, run to the living room and tell, Dad, look. And we just start fighting until one of us cried. And obviously I was the youngest one, and I was the one that ended up crying. But, it made me who I am today. It toughened me up and made me the fighter that I am. And like I said, boxing just ran in our blood. It was just something we loved doing. We tried other sports, but it was just boxing we always came back to.
So how old were you when you knew that you wanted to do this?
My first one, I was 8 years old. I think every fighter goes through where it's like, I don't want to do this no more.
Right.
Just because of the fact that, you have to go to bed early. You have to make sacrifices in life. You can't do a lot of things that most kids at your age are doing.
Right.
Going to stay night at a friend's house. We couldn't do it, and I think, there's moments when I was little, I said, I don't want to do this sport. I want to try different sports. So I did try different sports. But, when we tried them, it wasn't what we wanted to do. And we always came back to boxing. So I think, as time went on, I just fell in love with the sport. The traveling, the meeting new people, and it was just amazing. It just something, living a dream that most kids would want to do, but they just can't because they don't have that passion, the love for something.
So your dad always encouraged you to do this because a lot of parents, including me, I'm very strict when it comes to the education of my daughter. So you had the backup of your father at all times.
Oh, definitely.
Since you were, you started at 8.
Oh yeah, definitely. It wasn't only when I turned 8. It was when we were little. My dad always put the gloves on us and he was like, help us move us. So I think that's what helped us get into the sport of boxing. Maybe if my dad was a basketball player and he took us to the courts every single day and we fell in love with that sport, but it was just boxing that he just put to us. And just a lot of people said, how does that work? Your father being your trainer and then at home he's your father, and it's the way it is. My dad when we go home, when I'm around him and everything, and then when we're in that gym, it's just my coach. And I would rather it be my dad yelling at me and pushing me to do that extra push, because I wouldn't want no other man just be like telling me, hey, you know what, do this, do that. I'm not the kind of person that puts up with anybody's stuff. And like I said, I'm glad it's my dad, and I'm not gonna go any further without my dad. My dad's what brought me where I'm at, and we're gonna finish my career together. I'm not gonna go with nobody else, and we're gonna stay like that.
I love it. How was it training with Joel Diaz?
I've never trained with him. We go to their gym to spar some of their fighters and stuff like that. But Joel, the Diaz brothers, has always been by my side. They've always supported me. They've always given me advice, during training camps, and just give me different advices through the sport, because they've been there, they've done that, they know how the sport is, and getting advice from them is something amazing for myself, because it helps me in my career. And they've been nothing but great to not only myself but to my family as well.
Awesome. Who are some of the boxers you admire or style yourself after?
My style, I wouldn't go and say, oh, I'm like that guy. In this sport, I'm trying to make a name for myself. I'm not trying to someone to look at me and say, you know what, hey, you look like Mayweather. Nah, there's no one gonna imitate that guy. There's no one gonna be like that guy. And I want people to say, dang, that's Randy Caballero for the way he fights inside that ring. And my dad's been around the sport for a long time, and he's trained different fighters. He knows all the different styles, and my dad teaches us, all of us, how to fight, to brawl, to outbox, all those different things you need inside the ring. He's taught us everything. And I think that's what helps me inside the ring. And but looking at fighters, I love watching all the top fighters. You got Mayweather, one of the greatest fighters in the sport, I believe, because of the style he is, a smart fighter he is. And then you got, to me, Miguel Cotto. I love the way he fights in the ring because of his heart. He's a warrior inside the ring. And that's what you have to have. If you have a fighter that, once you get hit and you're like, I'm not. This is not for me.
Right.
Then why are you in the sport?
Yeah.
In this sport, it's
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 about
sad.
heart.
It's sad to put it that way. It's either kill or be killed.
Correct.
Someone in that ring's just there to take your head off, and I can't let that happen to me. So I have to go and put damage in.
Right. I want to know a little bit about your amateur career. How successful was it?
You know what? The amateur background that I had is amazing. Like I said, the traveling, the experience of just going to different places, fighting different people from different countries was amazing. One of my biggest, memories in amateurs was flying to Istanbul, Turkey for the World Amateur Tournament representing the U.S. It was sad. I didn't want to call nobody because I got bronze medal. But once I was on that podium and just standing there, I thought to myself and looked around and said, look how many kids in this world would want to be where I'm at. I'm coming back bronze medal, third in the world, representing the U.S. And it hit me and I said, you know what? I've accomplished something. I know I didn't get gold, what I wanted and what a lot of people wanted in my hometown, but, I did medal, which a lot of people didn't, get to at least travel. And I got to experience something like that. But I've had over 160 something fights, maybe about 11 losses. And man, when I was little, traveling every single weekend, the tournament, to shows and everything, it helped me though.
Right.
That's why I'm the fighter I am today.
Awesome. So I was about to ask you, what has been your most significant accomplishment? You just mentioned about the accomplishment right now. Would that be it, or you have another one?
I would say that's one of them. There's in this sport you get so many.
Right.
There's so many that you will remember. There's another one when I was in the U.S. men's, the under 19s. I fought. We made it to the finals, and I think it was 4 rounds. I think I was losing every round. They weren't giving me no points. The last round came along, and there's a screen that shows the fans, and there's a screen in my corner where my dad can see it. So I have everybody yelling at me the score while I'm fighting, and I don't hear them telling me I'm getting points.
Right.
Well, the last round, it was getting closer to the end. I had hit him with a clear punch, and I found out that I was up. And that's when I just heard my whole team run. In amateurs, you try to score your points and run. That's the way they teach you.
Right.
And so that's what I did. I started taking off, moving around, and getting away. And then it came closer to the end, and the referee kept stopping and said, box. So forget that. I'm gone. So I was moving, throwing, moving. And then I got stuck in a corner, and he was coming straight at me. So I just stayed there and started just swinging. And right when the bell rang, I was in my corner. When I turned around, I didn't know the score yet. When I turned around, my dad was like just so excited because it's just when I turned, men's open, fighting under 19s. I turned around and he knew the score already. He jumped up, and to me it was amazing because I just seen my dad, the excitement he had, and just for me to jump up, it was one of the greatest moments in boxing. And as I said, in professionals, I'm getting those moments right now. One of them flying all the way to Japan. I just came back from Japan, and flying out there to his hometown. Winning with a stoppage that most people didn't think I was going to stop this guy, and just proving a lot of people wrong, thinking I wasn't going to do anything out there. But I did, and my name just made it bigger after that fight, and now the next is a world title, and I'm excited. I'm ready to go and take on this weight class right now.
I have no doubt you're going to do great.
Thank you.
I have no doubt. Okay, talking about accomplishments, what has been your biggest professional disappointment? We all have disappointments. What has been yours, professional-wise?
In the ring?
Yes, in the ring.
I would say, everybody has their days in the sport of boxing. You walk into a fight where it just wasn't you. It wasn't your day. I've had, maybe 2 or 3 of those fights. There are guys that I know I could have knocked out.
Right.
But it was just me. My body wasn't there. My mind probably wasn't there. But, I still give it my all. I still try to do whatever I can to put on a great performance for the fans that are out there supporting me. But like I said, everybody has those days where they walk into the ring and, your mind's telling you you're okay, but your body's, giving you a different...
telling you the opposite.
Yeah, so, you don't perform the way you feel you should perform. And, a lot of people are watching you and want you to do good, but you just don't pull that performance off. But that's where you learn. It's a learning experience, You go back to the gym and work on those mistakes, and you go from there. But, everybody has those disappointment days once in a while.
Yes, I totally agree. I'm not a boxer, but I agree.
It happens to everybody.
Correct. Okay, I want to know, and people want to know, What does Randy do when he's not training or he's not in the ring boxing?
I'm a family guy.
Okay.
I love my family.
Okay.
Especially when us Nicaraguans get together.
Yeah.
It's a wild party.
Oh, yeah.
You know, my dad is the kind of person that loves the barbecue. My dad loves to be in that kitchen, outside on the grill. My dad cooks for, when he cooks for everybody. The whole team comes over. It gets wild, the way the family is. But, I love being with my kids. I love spending time with my kids. I would do anything for them. My wife, I love, spending time with her. We go out, get as much time as we can, because once I get into training camp, I hardly get to see them.
Right.
I'm away, and it's sad. My smallest daughter's 1 year old, so she's starting to get the feeling where she's like, where is he at? The last training camp, she's like wondering where I'm at. So when she sees me, she gets all excited. The other two are older. They kind of know that, Daddy's going to training camp,
right.
So they understand a little bit more. They do miss me, but it's hard being away from them. So I try to do as much as I can with them while I'm not in training camp, but still I go to the gym when I'm not in training camp. I still go to the gym, make sure I'm in shape. I don't get too heavy or whatever. So basically, most people don't know I'm a family guy. I love being with my family.
Okay, perfect. I'm a family girl too, so I know where you're coming from. I want to know this question, or I know the public wants to know. Are you looking at a time frame for the IBF Bantam title after defeating Oba?
This is the way it was. When I first got the call, we were supposed to fly to England to fight Jamie McDonald. And I thought about it. I said, well, I have to go out there because he's ranked higher than I am. It's a limiter bout. So obviously, yeah, okay, I understand. I got to go out there.
Right.
So we got into training camp. We started. And, all of a sudden, my dad came to me and said, hey, he goes, that fight's not happening. Something's happening with Jamie McDonald, whatever. And I said, so what's next now? He goes, well, they're trying to get a fight with the guy from Japan, which is he's ranked lower than you are. I said, well, okay, obviously they're going to bring it to my hometown is what I want.
Right.
And all of a sudden they said, oh, well, you got to go to Japan for that one. I said, well, why do I got to go to Japan? I'm higher than he was. I had to do it for Jamie McDonald. Why do I got to do it for Oba? He's lower than I am. Send him over here.
Right.
I'm not that kind of fighter that complains. I kept that to myself and told myself, why do I got to do it? But, it's boxing. If you have to do it, you got to do it. There's sacrifices you got to make in life, and these are my sacrifices I have to make. If I have to fly to someone else's hometown, a different country, and fight for Eliminator, I will. If I have to fight for my title, I will. If I have to go somewhere else. But to myself, I told myself I wasn't going to let nobody stop me. Not him, not anybody's going to stop me from that world title that I want. So I made sure when I went to Japan, I was more than 110% ready to make sure I took care of business out there and come back. And obviously, I was going to get the shot for the title. And then now, after coming back, I was so excited. My name blew up. Now, all of a sudden, when I got back, there was a talk saying that, now Paul Butler is getting a shot at the title. And I said, wait a minute, where has Paul Butler been? Never knew who he was, never found our weight class, and all of a sudden now he's ranked to fight for a title. I go, that's ridiculous. It shouldn't be like that. So now the talk and everything's going on about it and whatever, and I don't know what's going on. But like I said, to me, I'm not the kind of person that complains. If they put a fight in front of me, I get ready for it.
What about Stewart? I heard something about Stewart too.
See, like I said, I've heard talks about different things about each fighter, but I'm not the kind of person that's going to go out there and say, hey, well, you said this, you said that.
Right.
But I don't know what their side of the story is, so what I have to do is stay ready.
But I want to know your opinion.
About what?
About, Stewart. You were supposed to fight him too, correct?
Honestly, my opinion, I think he's trying to run and hide. I honestly do think, they're trying to take a different route because they don't want to lose the title in the UK.
Right.
Why two fighters from the UK are fighting for the IBF title, which I think it's wrong. Why are they fighting? Because they don't want to lose the title over there? Come on, this guy's no one. He shouldn't be fighting like that. But I feel I'm getting cheap. I'm getting taken away from the title, which there's only, like I said, there's only so much they can run. I'm the mandatory.
Correct.
Regardless if they fight or not, I'm still going to be here. So win or lose, you're going to have to fight me.
Right.
I'm not going nowhere. I'm the next fighter you have to fight.
Right.
So basically, the running has to stop sooner or later. And my turn is to come, and I'm gonna make sure they lose that title out there because I'm about to take that away.
And I'm sure you will, Randy.
Yeah,
I'm sure you will. So, please tell us more and perhaps little something on your next bout. Tell us a little more on your next move. And
Well, we're waiting for their camp
okay.
because I know that fight's not official.
Okay.
Excuse me. They have been coming out saying that they're selling tickets for that fight.
Okay.
The TV wants to see it out there. The fans are going crazy for it because they're two local fighters that are, rivals against each other. So I think that fight out there, once they want that fight to happen so much because the fans want to see it out there.
Right.
But I think it shouldn't happen. I'm so sorry. I forgot the question. You asked me.
No, I asked you. I wanted to know your next move,
okay,
and perhaps your next move, and perhaps a little something on your next bout if you have somebody in line to fight.
So, like I was saying, sorry, we're waiting to find out if that fight happens.
Right.
If it does, we have to see what's next for us because that's my mandatory.
Mm-hmm.
That's my shot is for the world title. So now we're waiting to see if that fight happens. What's next for us? Do we wait? Do we wait until that fight's over? Do we take another fight and risk it or not? Anything in the sport can happen.
Right.
Get a headbutt, get cut. We won't be able to fight for the title when it's ready to go. So it's all boxing. I leave that up to Cameron Duncan, Golden Boy, my dad. They all do the negotiation. My job is to just stay ready, prepared for whatever they put in front of me. So basically, it's a waiting game now.
Right.
I have to wait. I have no idea when my next date is. But all I hope is for that world title and in my hometown.
And
that's all I can ask for.
Yeah, and you're going to be ready for it.
Oh, definitely. More than ready.
I know it. Okay, Randy. I want you to send a message to your Nicaraguan community or your Nicaraguan fans. I'm pretty sure they want to hear something.
Oh, definitely. You know what? I just want to say thank you for all the people out there in Nicaragua. I've had so much support out there. The first time I went out there into Nicaragua, I didn't get what I wanted from them. The support that I got. People were still turning their back because I wasn't born there. This and that. But what more can you ask for? I'm half Nicaraguan. I feel like I'm 100% Nicaraguan if I can.
Nicaraguan
too. And I walk out to the ring proudly with that Nicaraguan flag. So as time went on, the fans out there respect me a lot more, supported me a lot more, and I just want to thank all those people out there. Rosendo Alvarez, he's been nothing but great to not only me and my family. Esteli, Manawa, Bluefields has been nothing but great. They accepted me as family out there when I went out there. It was a great experience going out there. Like I said, just everybody in Nicaragua in general has been nothing but great. I appreciate the support. Don't stop supporting me because that's a country I need, and I'm trying to bring that country back up to show people that there are great fighters out there.
I totally agree. You know that Nicaragua is a Spanish-speaking country. You want to say a little something in Spanish for them?
My Spanish is not that good.
It's okay.
I wouldn't.
Poquito, algo pequeño. I'll help you if you don't.
No, I can speak it, but it just gets a little tongue twisted. I just get. Quiero decir a toda la gente de Nicaragua que gracias por apoyándome en mi carrera. Siga apoyándome porque un día me voy a ser un campeón del mundo y me voy a regresar a Nicaragua para celebrar con toda la gente allá. Y gracias por todo.
Perfect. You did it perfect. You did it perfect. Well, Randy, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for this opportunity. I wish you nothing but the best, and I know you're gonna make my country proud. And what can I say? I'll be waiting for your next fight, and I'm 100% sure that you're gonna be the winner.
Thank you. I appreciate you coming all the way out here just to drive out here to do this interview. And I know you do many, but thank you for coming out here and getting this interview out and help me get my name out there. It's one way to get my name out there so people know who I am. Not only in the U.S., but as well as Nicaragua and everywhere around the world.
Everywhere, yes.
I appreciate it.
And it's my pleasure. I also want to say thank you to Sujel for making this possible. If it wasn't for him, this would have not happened. So thank you to him.
Sujel's been nothing great to my team. First time I met him was when I fought in Vegas. And he's followed me ever since then. Came down here to our valley and met the whole family, met the whole team, and he's been nothing but great, man. He's been helping me get my name out there, and I thank him for that, and I appreciate it.
That's great. Those are the people that you should have always on your side.
Definitely.
Well, once again, good luck.
Thank you. I appreciate it.